Hello, I'm Don Botta, and I want to tell you about a product that we were introduced to about 5 weeks ago. It's called Thermomens. This is a sample tube of it right here. It's a network marketing type company that put this product out about 3 months ago. It hit market and it's getting ready to blow up. It really works. It's a pain removal product. You put it on areas where pain is and the pain literally disappears, as well as the fact that at night you put it on the bottom of your feet, it's absorbed by your blood and goes to where inflammation is anywhere in your body and removes any type of problems you have. My wife said these people called, and this lady called, and she wanted us to listen to a spiel about Thermomen. Well, I've been to many of these before. I've been involved in a lot of network marketing companies before, and literally I've lost money in Amway and Melaleuca, in New Vision, New Skin. Let's see, I was in a dental plan called Ameriplan. Lost money in every one of them. So I really wasn't interested in getting involved in anything else. And I told my wife that. We told the lady that when we went there to the program. And we sit down there at the program to listen to the guy speaking about this. I had no idea what the product was, but it happened to be that I had a finger that was very sore. It had a crack in this, right in the corner. I get this all the time in the wintertime on my fingers, and it literally takes weeks to heal. Also, I was moving the dryer several days before, and this index finger, I caught it under the dryer and I cut my finger. So these two fingers were basically disabled. They were so sore I couldn't even put them in my pocket. So I took and sat down at the meeting, and when they gave a pack of Thermomen to everybody, Beth said, "I'm going to take some of this and put on your two fingers to see if it helps." I said, "Well, you can put it on there if you want, but it's not going to help." So she put some Thermomen on this thumb and some Thermomen on my index finger, and instantly it got ice cold, instantly. And then after that, I had a sensation of warmness about 5 minutes later, and I made mention of this. Meanwhile, the guy started doing this program, and I just laid my hand down there and I listened to it, and about 20 minutes into it, I decided to look at my hand. So I pulled it up and looked at it, and it looked okay. But I took and hit my hand against the table like that, which I would have never done, and it had absolutely no pain to it at all. I thought this was very unusual. I finished listening to the guy do his talk about Thermomen, about the marketing plan, just some basics on it. Then when it was over with, I went up and talked to the guy. His name was Tim Wooten. I had no idea who he was. I had no idea he was the founder of the company. I said, "Tim," I said, "let me tell you that my wife put some Thermomen on my two fingers. This one's cut. This one's got a crack in it. And literally within 5 minutes it quit hurting, and it's not hurting now. I couldn't put it in my pocket, and I can now." He said, "That's the way Thermomen works." I said, "Well, let me ask you this." I said, "I got an ulcer on the top of my lip right here, inside my mouth." I said, "Will it do any good for that?" He said, "Certainly it will." He said, "What you do is you put some Thermomen on the bottom of your feet tonight when you go to bed, and in the morning it'll be healed too." So I had reservations about this, and I said, "The bottom of my feet." So what do you mean? He said, "Well, you put it on the bottom of your feet because you're laying down at night, your circulation's best at night, and the Thermomen is absorbed into the blood, and it goes where inflammation is anywhere in the body." So, not thinking it would do any good, I put it on the bottom of my feet. The next morning I got up, and literally the ulcer, I could feel it with my tongue, but it had no pain to it, and within two days it was totally gone. Another thing that happened in this period of time, about a week later, I own a mini warehouse in Alabaster, and I was standing on a shelf, not a shelf, but a step stool, trying to get something off the top shelf, and the step stool, when I leaned over, it went out from under me and I fell on the floor. When I did, I hurt my back, and it was not really my backbone, but it was a muscle I pulled, and it hurt to walk. And in certain positions in particular, I could hardly walk up the stairs. So that night when I went to bed, I went up the stairs, and my wife put some Thermomen on my back area where it hurt, put some on the bottom of my feet, went to sleep, and the next morning I had no pain whatsoever until this day, no pain. So I was quite impressed with what it did. Had another side effect that I wanted to tell you about. For the past 4 months, I've been having trouble with my left jaw here. When I dental floss, it irritated the gums, and it hurt. Well, in the course of using Thermomen for a week, putting it on the bottom of my feet, I happened to notice last week, I told my wife, I said, "It doesn't hurt the dental floss anymore." And apparently it got to the inflammation or whatever the pain was in my jaw, and it's healed that also. So I'm a firm believer in what it does. I'm not a salesman. I don't like to go push anything on anybody. But ThermoMend is so unique. You can buy these sample packs here, the sample pack, and it comes a little folder, and it's got your website and a web address and your telephone number in there. All you got to do, if you find somebody that's hurting, give them one of the packs. Say, look, try this product and see if it works for you, see if it helps your pain. If it does, I can assure you they'll be calling you back. And I've gave a lot of these packs out. I've literally sold over 30 tubes of ThermoMend, which sells at $25 a tube. And when you get into the plan, there's several ways you can get into it. For instance, if you got into the $100 plan, the $100 plan, when you get your little kit that comes with it, it gives you 6 tubes, which is equal to $150 value right there. And you could get if you sold them wholesale at that point in time. Well, I got into it because of the marketing plan is a little bit better at $300, so I got in the $300 level, but they send you 24 tubes of it. So I had 24 tubes available. So I started putting it on Facebook, and I started getting some responses back, and I mailed out a bunch of ThermoMend samples to different people. Literally, if it helps, most people called you back, and if they wanted a tube, you could send them a tube, or you can tell them how to get it. Alright, so when the first people called me, I said, okay, I can give you a tube, because I paid $17 basically per tube, maybe a little bit less when it came in the kit. So I let them have it for what my cost was. And after about 8 or 10 tubes, I got to thinking about it. If this is really helping them, and if they had to go to the drugstore and buy some type of compound that would help their pain, they wouldn't mind paying the $25. So all the other tubes I sold for $25 each, which I tend to make a little profit on. And I got one girl in Mobile, she bought a tube from me, and she called me back, and she said, look, I need another tube because I want to give it to my aunt. Well, I said, well, look, it cost me $2.32 to mail this to you. I said, why don't you do this? Go to our website right here, thermomends.com, ThermoMends.com. Just add an S to it, and that's our domain name, which points our ThermoMend website. And just simply order it yourself. There's no problem in ordering it, and all you do is put it on your charge card, and it's shipped within 2 days, and there's no shipping involved. So that's what she ended up doing. So not only am I a believer in the product, I'm a believer in the marketing plan. I've been in a lot of network marketing companies before, as I said, and this one has a unique plan. All of them are pyramids, but this is the way that ThermoMend works. You get into the company, and you got to get 2 people under you. You got a left side, and you got a right side. And when you get in there and you get your 2 people under you, if I want to get person number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right on down the line, I can get them in, but I have to put them under somebody I put in, which is helping the people under me. Every other network marketing plan you get into, you got to get people under you, and then you're hoping they get people under them. You don't help them get anybody under you, and literally everything just falls apart. Since I got into this, I've gotten 12 people under my structure in 4 weeks. No problem doing it. And I got 5 people, I don't even know who they are. I got their names, I don't know who put them in, but somebody in my upline put them in. Now, by virtue of them being in my downline, what this means is this. Every dollar that they make, I get points off of it. So therefore, if I got somebody that sold $10 or made $10 or they made $30 or made $100, I get 30 points, 100 points, or whatever. And if they happen to be in my right side, it goes on the right side. The left side, it goes on the left side. When the left and right get 400 points each in them, ThermoMend turns around and sends me a check. It does what they call cycles. It sends me a check for $100, and I'm getting ready to cycle for the first time in the next week. And I only got 12 people. Now, if I had 100 people or whatever, and this could be very feasible, and especially if you work at it a little bit, and I'm trying to work at it quite hard because they only sell 1 product. It's not like you on an Amway where you got to buy all this soap and keep it on hand, and you don't know whether anybody's going to buy it or not. You got to pay the shipping, you got to pay taxes, you got to pay all of this stuff on it. These people order directly by mail order, and being it's out of state, they're not paying any taxes on it, and they get it directly sent to their home. And if you got people that direct order, you don't even know they're ordering it, but you get the credit for it. So it's an outstanding marketing plan. It's easy to deal with. You don't have to sell products. You just simply take the products and send it out as samples and let them try it, and if it works, they'll be calling you back. So if you're interested in it, once again, here's our website. It's ThermoMends, ThermoMends.com. and you go into this website, and this will get you directly to Beth and my website, Don and Beth Botta. And our telephone number's on there, all the information's on there, and you order what you want, and then we get the credit for it. So if you need any more information, just give us a call.